You know, it almost seems like a bipartisan problem that seems to get worse with every administration. George W. Bush crossed the line and abused executive power. Barack Obama took that to a whole new level. And now it seems like both Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton in their own way don't seem to care much about constitutional limits on executive power. And they've talked about going after free speech. They've talked about violating the Democrats want to go after the Second Amendment, but it seems like some Republicans are willing to trample the Fourth and the Fifth. And there is that lost sense of why you limit power in the first place. It's not so that your guy can have it and wield it. We don't want anybody to wield that kind of power.
Well, that's exactly right. I mean, we limit power because of human nature. It's not that human beings are bad or inherently evil. They're not, but they're fallible. They're mortal. They're not angels. And so we know that we have to constrain government power. People tend to abuse government power when they have it. The more they have it, the greater the risk of abuse. And so we constrain it. But you're also exactly right that this has been an equal opportunity problem. Both parties have been equal offenders in this, or at least have been active offenders. The presidents, Congresses of every conceivable partisan combination have contributed to this problem. And so one of the reasons why I wrote our lost Constitution is I want to re-inject constitutional language and the stories of the Constitution back into our national political dialogue. I wrote the book in part because I want people to ask a question that consists of three simple words. Is this why? Is this why we have this particular provision? And then I want them to answer with a similar three-word sentence. Yes, this is why. This is why we have the Fourth Amendment. I tell the story of what led to the Fourth Amendment. This English parliamentarian named John Wilkes, who in the late 1700s started criticizing King George III. He was arrested. His house was searched in violation of English law. He had the tenacity, the boldness to stand up to King George III and to sue King George's ministers. He won not only his freedom, but also a judgment for money damages, which was unheard of in those days. And he became synonymous. John Wilkes and his name and the number 45, which was attached to the publication in which he criticized King George III, became synonymous with the cause of freedom on both sides of the Atlantic. He's part of what gave us the Fourth Amendment. And the Fourth Amendment is as relevant today as it was in the days of John Wilkes in England, as it was at the time it was added to the Constitution. It is becoming more apparent all the time that we need protections like these.